Top cut, top cut, top cut. Those two little magical words where legacies are made, whether they are for the better or for the worse. Especially in my case, it's the latter. Anthony joining you once again, and we've actually already had 2 of the top cut matches happen. I have loud players in my ear. Okay, we just got the die roll happening. I just turned down some audio, but yeah, 2 of the top 8 matches have already happened, including one I was involved in, which was recorded. And spoiler, it did not go very well for me. And for this match, the only streamed one, unfortunately, for top 8, we have Ozzy versus Zero. Zero is going first, and with that, you are cleared to start. Alrighty, so Zero is, in case you can't, or haven't watched anything on this game before, I don't know where I was going with that. If you haven't seen Zero played before, you probably don't know. He loves his Mirage shenanigans, so that is what he is up to. And Ozzy is on double primes, but instead of Nemesis, he has Gen Prime and, what's his called? OPBL. And if you're wondering what the 25th star is on Ozzy's side of the field, that is in the I've Got Your Back stratagem, which I can actually pull up, because I have a copy of it, or a proxy of it, rather, conveniently lying around. Going in for 5. Block 5. This deck does not do a whole lot of attack damage, FYI. Mirage will untap from his ability. For those of you who are new around here, that is where the Hello Mirage joke comes from. As I was saying about I've Got Your Back, it reads, when one of your characters defends while all your characters are tapped, if you had only 2 starting characters on your team, you may untap one of your other characters after this battle. If you do, flip this. So whoever gets attacked, you're allowed to untap the other character and do another turn. Plasma Bursting. Yeah, oh, I forgot about the disarray. This round. So again, this is a disarray event, which means extra rules in the place at the start of each round that'll just mess up stuff. This round, at the start of each player's turn, both players put a damage on one of their characters, and this cannot be blocked by anything. So holomatter ain't gonna save ya. Let's just say it did make an impact in my games against Champion. So 2 damage on Gen Prime, 2 damage on Mirage. Gen Prime goes in, playing a Hidden Fort after a Plasma Burst gets played for turn, doing 2 damage to Fireflight, I think. And 8 block 2 takes 6, and that is a dead Fireflight. And Plasma Burst is such a good card, folks. Dropping a reinforced plating for the Noble's Blaster. It's a +2 weapon, and in this matchup, that's all you need. Start of the turn, Tyraxodon will take a damage. And so will Gen Prime as Zero draws for turn. And if you hear fidget or like some weird clinking in the background, that is me playing with the figures I got at TFCon Toronto, which is Core Optimus, Titans Return Hardhead, Titans Return Quake, and yes, I recognize those 2 are basically the same figure, as well as Titans Return Broadside. Why those 3? I'll explain during sideboarding. Medics Protect the Field onto Tyraxodon, that heals a damage off. Actually, while Zero's thinking, I can explain it right now. So, Hardhead I bought because I wanted the Titan or a Headmaster, so I found it for a good deal. Then Quake I bought as a joke because Quake is banned. And Broadside I bought for reasons that will become apparent later. Hit and run, flip Mirage to alt mode, and move a damage over to General as he has to. And then flip to alt mode, he gets to play an action. It is a Contemplation. Is that how that works? Hold on. Hold on, I gotta check Contemplation. Hold on, I gotta read this card. Okay, yeah, because Zero was not sure about which way it resolves. I am double checking so that way I can tell it to all of you. And Contemplation. I still insist this is one of the best sleeper cards of the game. Scrap up to 3 cards from your hand, then draw a card for each card scrapped this way. Okay. And then if you began the game with only Autobots, which Z did, plan 1. 3 Pierce 1 on his side of the field. Takes the Pierce 1 on Optimus. This is going to be a very slow, grindy game because of the fact that one deck is a blue deck, and the other basically does 0 attack damage 90% of the time. As fun as Mirage is, it isn't known for doing damage. And the damage will come down onto Vanguard, probably? Nope, gonna go on to Mirage. And another on Gen Prime. This, again, 1 damage doesn't seem like a lot, but when it's firing off every turn... Flip Battlefield Legend. We are going action fishing. Let's see what Ozzy decides to pick up. Would not be surprised if it's another Plasma Burst. Oh, Step Forward is the... Oh, he might try to force an attack into Gen Prime here in order to untap OPBL with I've Got Your Back. That would be a very, very good move. A secret. I wonder what that could be. Send Gen Prime into Terraxodon. 7 is the attack. Blocks none, takes 3 because of Medic's Protective. Again, that gives Safeguard. Dropping in Espionage for a Sparring Gear. No greens on 0 side of the field. I am 90% sure that's a Step Forward on Ozzy's side of the field, which means we're probably going to see Gen Prime get attacked. OPBL untap because of I've Got Your Back. A damage on OPBL and a damage on Terraxodon because, I mean, Safeguard doesn't do anything right now. So what does 0 do here? I mean, just untap Mirage again. Oh, Debilitating Crystal. That's always an interesting card when it shows up. There's a secret. And, oh, he's got... No, he does not have an all-out here. Because I've Got Your Back is gonna... Mirage? Yep, Step Forward. Make OPBL the... What? Why would you not want to untap OPBL? Why would you not untap OPBL there and send the attack into Gen Prime? Takes the Pierce 1, blocks 6. Untaps Mirage. Hold up. Oh! Ozzy's not going to use I've Got Your Back here. Interesting. Block 4, take 1. Oh. I see what he's doing. Waiting until Mirage attacks the second time in order to make sure he doesn't get an extra untap later on. And now he's got a free shot at Mirage. Or rather, using I've Got Your Back to get a free shot at Mirage. That would have been a much simpler way to describe it. But then again, have I ever been known for being competent at this? Let's be honest with ourselves. Anyways, draw for turn on Ozzy's side of the field. I was wondering when he was going to use I've Got Your Back after not using it with, Gen Prime. Flip OPBL, play a Noble's Blaster, which was bounced back to hand thanks to the Debilitating Crystal. Steady Shot into Mirage. Flip the first 2. There's a Smelt, a Step Forward, and a Matrix. So, probably the Smelt? Playing the Step Forward. Interesting. Attack is for 12. 13 with the Matrix. Well, the Matrix icons. 13 blocking... Wait, what? I'm confused. Oh, Vanguard! Vanguard only allows 5 damage to be taken here, so... yeah. Interesting. Knowing that... would have... I wonder if Ozzy should have waited another attack in order for Vanguard to tap and then allow OPBL to untap and just nuke Vanguard. That could have been interesting. And we're just making up for some lost damage here from the start of turn effects. Gen Prime takes 1. OPBL takes 1. And it's adding up pretty quickly. We're almost at half health on Gen Prime. Keep that in mind as this game progresses. Alive on ones may not be in as much of a... or may not be in the question as much. You know what I'm saying. I just can't speak right now for some reason. I don't know. I'll figure out how to do this one day. Secret action on Zero's side. Okay. It's probably either a swerve or a hold line. Vanguard going at General. And, yeah, Gen Prime was going to be the attack target regardless. Let's see. There's 1 Pierce currently. So Gen Prime's at least taking something. Nope. 3 Pierce 1. Block 5, take 1, up to 7, halfway there. Untap. And over to Ozzy's turn. Doing another damage to Gen Prime. Doing a damage to Vanguard on Z's side of the field. Nope, doing it to Taraxodon instead. Up to 7 out of 9, I believe Taraxodon has. Oh, Taraxodon has 9. Yeah, okay, I was right on that at the very least. So, Ozzy really... If Ozzy decides to delete Vanguard here, that does kind of open the game up. Because at this point, there's no Brave shenanigans on Zero's side of the field, so he's free to just attack Mirage whenever. Though Z could throw Taraxodon in as a blocker, and we've already used I've Got Your Back. So... And Ozzy's now going through potential secret problems. Hold the line doesn't do anything, but Snare, Turnabout Snare, does wreck him here. He was just thinking about that. Flipping OPBL to recover something. Probably a... If I had to guess, probably... Yeah, okay, goes for Leap into Battle instead of Plasma Burst. I like that decision solely based on the fact that Plasma Bursting Taraxodon here would mean that Gen Prime kind of gets nuked. Bashing Shield to get rid of the Medic's Protective. I mean, it's +1 defense. Sends OPBL in alt mode. Not ideal, but you gotta do what you gotta do here. And going into Mirage... At least I think it's Mirage. 11! Oh, jeez. Wait, what? How? Oh, Leap into Battle, duh. Oh, and I think he flipped the Plasma Burst, and... Oh, Vanguard! Vanguard is still kicking, so we have an alive on 1, folks. And that is not an alive on 1 on Taraxodon from the damage at the start of the turn because of the fact that, again, non-attack damage does not count in the sense of the alive on 1 meme. Almost got into an argument with Vangelis about this at Toronto. He's like, oh, that doesn't count for some reason. And I'm like, I made this meme, I can make the rules and change them whatever I feel like. So what is Z gonna do here? Piercing Blaster on Mirage. Yeah, that's gonna do something. I'm not even being sarcastic. That is legitimately doing something here. Surprise it. Oh. Pierce 5, you take it. In after OPBL. takes the 5. Up to 10. Things are actually... Mirage untaps, but he's about to get nuked by Gen Prime. Oh, bouncing the Scoundrel or the Nobles back to hand off the Debilitating Crystal. We forgot to do that. Draw for turn. Take a damage on... Taking it on Gen Prime. Okay. Probably the smart idea. That does even the field out, though. Although he is probably going to get rid of Mirage here, so, like, I don't know if it matters too much. Flipping Gen Prime to bot mode. Interesting. Sturdy Javelin! Okay, going into Vanguard, throwing the Javelin at Mirage. That is a dead Mirage. Vanguard is probably going to get off the board here. Currently going in for 6. Blocking 1, taking 5. Again, there's like nothing but white icons in this deck, so defensive capabilities are just as limited as offensive capabilities. And Vanguard turns into an armor, does 1 damage to... Going into OPBL with that damage. Interesting. Draw for turn and hoping for a miracle. Start of turn. Oh, wait a minute. That's a dead Tyraxodon off the start of turn damage. I told you it matters. I told you it matters. So Ozzy will take game 1 on that. And now I've got to go be the judge. Alrighty, Zero, would you like to go first or second? So that means you're going second, alrighty, and no sideboarding any characters, so you may begin siding battle cards. Okay, there was a bit of a out of order procedure, if you will, on that, but whatever. At this point, it's not finals. We're not going to be overly pedantic about this, regardless of how I act during Jeopardy. So Z is going second. Ozzy will be going first. Looks like he's all ready to go. And unfortunately, I don't have any plugs at this point, aside from Encounter 5 is going to be standard constructed, so no shenanigans for that. Although after my top 8 loss, you may be face-to-face with one of the most dangerous decks in the game, and no, I am not talking about Turn 2 OA. If you've been watching any of my stuff for a while now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And for those of you who don't, time to read up on the meta! So, yeah. Oh, and I was talking about my buy list earlier and what I got at Toronto. The Core Optimus, I forgot to mention. Bought that because I have a Core Nemesis because of my finish with double primes in Encounter 3. They hold a special place in my heart, so I wanted little mini versions of them. Because it was cheaper than buying the full-size stuff. And Zero just looked at the camera weird. Can you guys hear me? Can anybody hear me? Okay, I don't think they can hear me. And actually, it would just be easier for me to check my mic status. But I was currently in the middle of transforming Hardhead, so... priorities, I guess? Anyway, so Ozzy's going first. He's got to go into Fireflight here, which sucks. But, if he is able to nuke Fireflight on turn 1, that does give him a clean shot with Gen Prime into Vanguard, and he could potentially steal the game fairly quick. Well, would it be stealing the game? He could potentially take the game fairly quickly by... Again, he's got to kill Fireflight on turn 1, so he needs like a Plasma Burst or a Leap into Battle off an OPBL flip. And then turn 2, sends Gen Prime in and just nukes Vanguard. That is his main path to victory right now. And start of turn damage goes on Taraxodon on Zero's side. And Ozzy will take the damage on... Hold up, I'm going to jump in. Hold up. Start of turn damage. Oh, I didn't see it on Gen Prime. Ignore me. Okay, I'm blind. I did not see the start of turn damage because it blended into the Crash Bash playmat. I blame that on Crash Bash, not Ozzy, by the way. Oh, Steady Shot. That's the next best thing. So 10 into Fireflight. Block 2. Take 5. Oh. Right, I forgot Vanguard applies to everybody. Espionage for spy satellite uplink. Yeah, Z, you better hope that he plays that preemptively and you can debilitating crystal that crap. Because if not, yeah, you're going to have a hard time with this one, pal. Also, random headcanon, Hardhead skips leg day. So does Quake. Don't at me. Anyways, another damage onto Taraxodon, another damage onto Gen Prime. Flip Mirage. Sending... Oh, there's a Paralyzo box on him. It's just glary. Calling blue. It is a Matrix. He gets it. Tough one from Gen Prime. Photon Bomb. What? 9, Pierce 2, blocking 4, taking 5. Okay, Z now has some offensive capabilities. And why is Ozzy playing Photon Bomb? I am very confused. This is where Ozzy goes into the comments and explains to me his master plan, and I once again realize I cannot fathom the intellect of the Australians and the Kiwis. Anyways, now that I am done ranting about that, we're over to Ozzy's turn. Fortunately, Mirage is untapped here. I was about to say, if he has a Plasma Burst, now's the time to play it in order to get Fireflight off the field. Oh, wait. The Photon Bomb just solves that problem right there. Also, damage to Taraxodon, damage to Gen Prime for start of turn. And Ozzy's now checking for traits on Mirage. He is ranged in bot mode, so I'm curious as to what he's up to there. Flipping Gen Prime instead of recovering a Photon... Oh. I forgot he picked that up. I was like, why are you not grabbing the Photon Bomb to get around Fireflight's Brave? You don't need to do that when you have a Spy Sat in hand. Going in for 7. Pretty good flip. And that's a dead Vanguard. No more capping damage. And, I've learned a lot from sports, from watching sports in a specific part of the country, that you do not say it's over until it's over. However, and this might annoy Zero, so if you're watching this back, I'm sorry. I honestly think that Ozzy may have already won the game. That Spy Sat on Vanguard is going to cause a host of problems for Z unless he can somehow drop exactly a second Paralyzo box here and try to get a double tap before Ozzy activates I've Got Your Back. Well, he can do it with Mirage, but if he could attack with Fireflight first and then do the double tap on Mirage, then hope Ozzy triggers I've Got Your Back, at that point, that could potentially put him back in this game. But as it stands, there is a sturdy Javelin coming down onto the field. That's like the next best thing, but it's not ideal. You really want the Paralyzo here, I think. Sending Taraxodon first. Interesting. Step forwarding General. Oh, yep, that's a dead giveaway that he's about to activate I've Got Your Back. If you see Ozzy activate Step Forward with I Got Your Back face up on Gen Prime, yep, there it is. And there's the untap on Optimus. Everything I just said about potentially getting an extra attack here with Mirage, just throw that out the window. Ozzy probably has this. Because at this point, you just OPBL into Taraxodon. If you have a Javelin or a Plasma Burst, you drop that on Fireflight and then do whatever you want to Mirage. Again, the Mirage shenanigans, it's fun. It'll occasionally steal you games, but it ain't gonna make it far in events. I hate to say that because I do have a special place in my heart for Mirage. Not to the same level as, you know, Ransack, but he was one of the first characters I pulled in this game. But, God, this is turned, like, completely, like, unintentionally into, like, a Mirage hate stream, which, that's not what this is trying to be. But when you look at the board state objectively, and I know Z is probably going to absolutely hate me for this, and at this point, I deserve it. But a Photon Bond comes down, and that solves the Fireflight problem. And now OPPL just attacks Vanguard, or not Vanguard, Taraxodon. Battlefield Legend into Taraxodon. Hold the line ain't gonna do much. Going in for 6. Blocking 0. Dropping Hidden Fort for Noble's Blaster. And that's a dead Taraxodon onto Mirage, but he does lose the Paralyzo box. Ooh, that hurts. Medic Protective for... I did not catch what that green was. Okay. Now Mirage. Start of turn. OP, wait a minute. Folks, I should have listened to my own advice about not saying the game was over before it's actually over, because I just realized if Z gets lucky enough here, he could actually win this. This is going on the highlight reel for sure, just because of my hubris. And I need to jump in quickly. That's a funny looking axe he got there. So, yeah, Zero forgot to flip Taraxodon into his weapon mode. Secret coming down. Could be a turnabout, maybe. I don't know. But not having the Paralyzo here kind of sucks, although you do kind of make up for it with Binary being a guaranteed plus... Folks! This is a lesson in hubris. Don't ever say anything, because you're probably going to be wrong. That is obviously a joke. Like, again, heed my warning. Do not say it's over until it's over. God, Z's gonna... If Z wins this and he just is watching this back and he's gonna be like, Hawk, why did you say the entire game that I was losing that? Hello, Gyrick. When are we getting you for free? Mirage swings again, seemingly in OPBL. Yeah, it goes into OPBL. Welp, we have more questions for Jeopardy now. Fun times. Nice thing about... So for context, in the Jeopardy episode we recorded last night, there was a category entirely dedicated to pretty much my worst moments ever. And we're probably going to have another one of those at some point because I keep screwing up in this game. And this is very much going to be one of those instances, or one of those things that gets added to that category. So what does... Oh, we're looking for secret actions. Ozzy is checking for secrets, because that could be a number of different things. Unfortunately, Hold the Line does nothing here, because Gen Prime is 11 stars, and Mirage has more than 11 damage. There's an Energon Axe, there's a secret action, and there's a Gen Prime into Mirage. There's the Hold the Line, which does, unfortunately, sort of nothing here. Maybe, I don't know. 11 minus 4 takes 7 plus 3 is 10. He's not alive on 1, but he's really close. Oh my god, if he wins this is going to... At this point, just start clipping what I said earlier just to make fun of me. Let's just get this out of the way right now. Start a turn. He'll take 1. Oh, the fact that he lived on 2 was huge. Oh my god, if he wins this. If he wins this. System reboot coming down. Is Zero going to do it? Does he have something in hand that can... I don't think anything in his deck replaces the axe. So basically, Z has to kill Gen Prime here. If he does, we're going to game 3. If he doesn't, the game is over because he'll just take a damage at the start of the turn. Debilitating Crystal to bounce the reflex circuits. Gets rid of the reflex circuits. Here we go. Oh. No! A Saborns! A Saborns comes down, and it will take an absolute miracle. Wait, no, he doesn't have any attack boosters. It's 5 into 2. Wait a minute. Hold up. 5 blocking 3. Oh, nope, it's not going to be an alive on 1 situation. We have a draw. And also, Z did put in a tiebreaker scenario in that. In the event of a possible tie, the current player takes their damage first. If Z could have gotten Gen Prime alive on 1, he would have won the game as well. Untaps. And that is a dead Mirage. And Ozzy takes it. And again, had Z got Prime alive on 1, Ozzy would have lost and we would be going to a game 3. Five pierce 1, block 4, take 1, and at start of turn, Vanguard takes the Mirage takes the damage. Gen Prime goes to alive on 1. Again, not true in the sense of being, but close enough. And Ozzy manages to take this in 2. Single points of damage matter, folks. That should be the takeaway from this game. So that will do it for our top 8 coverage, unfortunately. Top 4, I will try to get both matches streamed. I don't remember the exact matchups right now, but they will be revealed in time. But for now... hopefully you enjoyed what you saw here today. If you did, there's a little purple button you can push down below to show that if you are watching this on Twitch, or if you're watching the YouTube re-upload of this, there's a little red button you can push down below for this, and we will be back for top 4 coverage. But until then, that will do it for this broadcast. Peace out, y'all.